What's up, everybody? It's Art Morrison III here with another video breaking down a strategy. I've probably done over 10 of these videos about how to leverage partnerships in order to scale your real estate business through the moon. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this specific topic is because this is the way that I got started in real estate. This is the way that I was able to scale a portfolio when I had bad credit, no money, no experience. What I'm gonna show you today is exactly how literally anyone on the entire country, I won't say on the planet because I don't know the rules of other countries, but anyone in the entire planet, anyone in the country, America, US of A, can build wealth through real estate regardless of your situation, no matter your situation. So I'm calling this video, and I wrote it down, how to use partnerships to close unlimited real estate deals. How to use partnerships to close unlimited real estate deals. This will be a brief lesson, but hopefully this will help somebody out there get started, but not only get started, but also flourish and scale their business. So let's pick a color. I'm feeling purple today. The way we're going to do this, and feel free to take notes, screenshots, whatever, but the way that we are going to scale a business bigger than ourselves, bigger than we can even imagine, is through the LLC. The LLC is going to be, and I hope you can see good, but the LLC is going to be the core of not only this video, but the core of what you're going to be doing as a real estate investor. You're going to form more LLCs than you ever thought you would or could before watching this video, before getting started in real estate. Now, let's dive into the LLC a little bit. Let's provide some clarity here. You are going to have a main LLC, okay? I'm going to do it like this, because this is just a tip of the circle of your main LLC. My main LLC is obviously United Home Relief. This is my main LLC, okay? Now, even further above that, you can't see out of the screen, I have a Morrison Enterprise LLC that is my holding company. And this is actually the owner of all of my businesses that I launch. But we're just gonna talk about my real estate business and all the LLCs that are formed under this. Now, obviously there's gonna be a bunch of LLCs formed, but for the sake of this video, this is gonna be the LLC that you're going to be forming every time you look to acquire real estate. I'm gonna write here property. I like to put the address in the title of the LLC, so it's very definitive on what this LLC is for, especially since I, at this time of recording this video, have probably 20 of these. 20 LLCs, one LLC per property. So the reason why we form a new LLC for every property is because you see the way I drew a circle around this? This circle is protection. LLC stands for limited liability company. So by forming an LLC and purchasing a property in it, we are protecting that property from liability of other entities, liability of ourselves, liabilities of our parent company. This is protecting our LLC. Not to mention, for tax purposes, which will be a whole separate video, it's very important that you own your property in an LLC as well. But for the sake of the video, for the topic of this video, we are talking about partnerships. Each LLC, and the reason why I like to form a new LLC for every property is because it allows me to form a new partnership for every property that I buy. Every LLC that I form, every property I buy is a new LLC. Did I say that right? Every LLC that I form, every property that I buy is a new partnership. And that means it's a new opportunity for growth. Here's how. So obviously we start with building our brand, right? I have the same formula that I teach in all my videos. We start with building our brand. We start with finding deals. And then as we find each deal, we basically figure it out from there. After finding a deal, we talk about funding a deal. So when we go to get funded, we go for pre-approval. This is my favorite part about real estate. You don't need this YouTube video to learn this. You can literally just take your butt to the bank, say, I want to buy a property. What do I need to do? And they're going to tell you exactly what you need to do to get pre-approved. If you tell them I'm buying it in an LLC, they're going to give you the same information I'm giving you in this video. Here's the info. Any lender, when buying an investment property, is going to tell you that you need credit 650 or above, but I recommend at least a 680, 700 plus gets you solid rates, 750 and above gets you the best rates. They're gonna tell you need cash, obviously, right? Or capital, I like that word better. And this is for reserves. This is for down payment. This is for closing costs, right? You gotta pay title, you gotta pay an attorney if they're involved. Like A lot of people got to get paid. There might be taxes you got to pay. So there's costs that come with buying this property. The lender is going to give you most of the money, but you still need cash to come to the table. Now, if you want to get the best rates or get approved in a way where you don't have to put down a lot of cash, you're going to need experience. They like to see 5 or more properties. This is really the big 3 right here, okay? This is the big 3. Now, if you're watching this video, you're either someone who has all 3, okay? And you're like, oh, I'm gonna go buy property today. I've already done this. You might be somebody who has 2, you might be someone who has 1, or you might be somebody who has none of these, which was me. Now I'm gonna put management. Someone has to facilitate the deal. It doesn't have to be one of these people. And this is where the hack begins. This is where the unlimited deals begin. So when I first started, by getting a property under contract, right? By forming the LLC, by opening the bank account, by doing these things, I solidified myself as the manager. I'm the one facilitating this deal. And the most important thing here was the knowledge. I brought these things to the table. Now, can you do this without bringing all those things to the table? Yes. Do you lose leverage? Yes. If you don't know what leverage means, it simply means that if you don't have all these, it's going to be tough to find partners that can bring the rest of these to the table. So I'm already spilling the beans. The key to a good partnership is to form a super team. And this super team is what a lot of people don't realize you're allowed to do, right? It's like in the NBA, when Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce all was on the same team, they couldn't believe like, oh wait, they're allowed to just choose what team they go to and all pick the same team, right? And then fast forward, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh took it a step further and said, we're gonna do this in our prime. And it blew our minds, and now you have the super team era. Well, guess what? In real estate, it's always been the super team era, okay? Large corporations and businesses have always partnered in order to achieve greater things than they could have achieved individually. So if you're watching this and you want to become a real estate investor and you've been trying to do it alone, that's probably the one thing that's been stopping you from growing. So let's continue breaking down exactly how you can do this with other people. Banks that lend on real estate and allow you to purchase using an LLC, which is most banks, they will literally allow you to have a different person on your LLC as a member of your LLC that can bring forth a different attribute that makes your LLC fundable for real estate. Because mind you, the bank is already like, okay, we don't mind giving you the money, you got a good deal in your hands. So the first thing you need is a good deal, right? We already put property. I'm gonna put good property, because you're more likely to get lended on a property that rents really strong or has a lot of equity in it, or is gonna be your primary residence. But again, that's a different video, because if it's your primary residence, you can't buy in an LLC. So if you're someone sitting at home, you don't have any money, you're broke, write this down. This is your checklist. You need to find a property to get under contract. You need to learn how to form LLCs properly. You need to know how to open a bank account using that LLC. And then you need to have real estate knowledge. If you don't have real estate knowledge and you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, feel free to do so, or follow me on Instagram at Morrison III. I also have literally a $40 course, as well as a free community you can join called the Real Estate Roadmap. I'll put the link below in the description. If you need real estate education, look no further. I have the cheapest, most affordable content that you can possibly find on the internet. Moving right along. So that's for people who find themselves struggling, can't get into real estate. You have to network, you have to get to know people. You have to get these 4 things under your belt so that when you meet people with 1 to 3 of these, you can collaborate with them to close. So boom, my name's Art. I have all these things. I have 0 experience. On my first deal ever, I was able to make $100,000 from a fix and flip because I bought it for $100,000. I fixed it up for $100,000. I sold it for $350,000. And then after commissions and expenses, I profited, net profit, $100,000. But the only way I was able to obtain that loan was because my original mentor signed on the loan with me as an experienced partner. Now, this mentor had 0 properties under his belt. He's never done a deal before, but he was a contractor and could show using paperwork, right? Because the banks just want you to submit proof. He could show that he's actually flipped over a dozen properties. So just by connecting and networking and honestly paying a mentor, I had somebody who can sign on the loan with me as an experienced partner. So now the bank is like, okay, great, you have 5 or more properties and experience. We need to see $30,000 or more in the bank for reserves, down payment, and closing costs. At the time, I was coaching basketball in New Jersey, and I was coaching hundreds of kids with my own youth basketball organization. If you guys don't know, I used to play pro ball. I came home, I started a youth basketball organization. This was my first business ever. I knew that if hundreds of people trusted me with their kids, I could get one person to trust me with $30,000. And we found our first investor ever, who was also one of my first clients. His kid was actually my client, but it's the parent, who invested $30,000. He said, hey, I'll partner with you. I'll give you the $30,000 to do that deal. Well, why would he do that? Well, the same reason the bank was gonna give me $90,000 to buy it, because it was a good deal. I packaged up the deal, I broke down all the numbers using my knowledge, and I presented them to this person. I said, hey, if you give me $30,000, I'm gonna give you $36,000 back, which at the time was a 20% return on investment. I was able to offer this person a 20% return on their money for doing nothing. Just put the money up. I'm going to do everything. And when he asked, well, have you ever done this before? I told him the same thing I told the bank. No, but my partner has. And he's gonna be partnering with me on this deal to make sure that nothing goes wrong. So boom, half the battle is done. You got me facilitating everything. I have 0 experience, but I did all the work, and that makes me the boss. I have an experienced partner who's actually going to be doing the construction and making sure that the actual project goes well, so I feel safe. I have the money to close on the deal. The only thing left is the credit. Now, I know that this deal is potentially gonna make $100,000. Even if it was $50,000, even if it was only $30,000, I'm broke, I don't have the money. So all of this work, compiling all of this is worth it to me. I would pay anyone any amount of money to play these different parts just so I can get this first deal done. Because keep in mind, I only have to do this 5 times and share the money with all these people until I no longer need an experienced partner, because then I have 5 or more properties. So I go to my good friend who I actually coached basketball with, we used to party together, all that. I said, listen, you have a strong credit score, I don't. If I add you to this LLC, will you act as a co-guarantor with me and my other partner to get this deal done? It's gonna make $100 grand. I will give you $5,000 cash just for signing your name on the dotted line. As you can imagine, in our 20s, my good friend with a strong credit score said absolutely hell yes. So now myself and my 3 partners enter in $100,000 deal together, $100,000 profits, and we split the profits among one another. 5K to this person, 6K to this person, and this person made, $100K in construction. So that means $11,000 out of the $150,000 that I made. Mind you, I had to pay closing costs, I had to pay realtor commission, then I had to pay my partners. I ended up with $100,000, and 2 of my partners made $11,000 total. So it was a win-win for everyone. All it took was this one deal to show me that I can do this unlimited times. And the more deals that I did, the easier it was to do the next one, because I can use the previous one as proof of concept. I can show my next partner, hey, this works. And this guy made 5K by being a credit partner. This guy made 6K by being a capital partner. I have a partner who's willing to do these deals with me that has experience. We don't gotta worry about stuff going wrong. As I got to my 6th and 7th deal, then I could say I have the experience. As I made more money, I could cut him out because now my credit was strong, because I had enough money to be able to pay my bills on time and pay balances on my credit card down. So if you're watching this video, you might be someone who has 1 person in mind that has all of this. You might be someone who has 2 people in mind who you know can take care of these things. You might have 3 people in mind like I did and have to really form the super team, really build a roster up. It all depends on your situation. But the common denominator here between me, you, and anyone else looking to start is that you actually have work to do. You need to learn how to find deals. You need to learn how to form LLCs and open bank accounts. You need to learn the right banks to use to fund this whole system. And ultimately, you need to have the real estate knowledge to be able to get these people to believe in you and obviously perform on the deal. Now, in my partner program mastermind, I act as all of these things for my clients to guarantee that they can close their first real estate deal in 90 days or less. We do everything in our power to form a super team for every single member in our partner program mastermind to make sure that they can get their first deal and then become a better partner for their partners, for their sphere of influence. Additionally, and most importantly, as I said earlier, we educate every single partner in our mastermind group to a level that we are comfortable investing our own dollars in them, as well as introducing them to our partners in our network for them to get their deal closed. So if you're someone watching this and you understand that you need the knowledge and you're not the best at learning from YouTube videos or a course, you need hand-holding, you need one-on-one guidance, you need a mentor that's gonna be there for you and willing to partner with you, then click the link in the description to apply for our partner program mastermind. I personally coach every single person inside of this mastermind, so spots are limited. I'm not just saying that as a gimmick. We only take on 15 clients every 90 days, and then we fill spots as people graduate or close deals. So the process of getting into this mastermind is a little bit strenuous. We require you to apply and book a partner assessment call with myself or someone from my team to make sure that you're a good fit and to make sure that you're someone who we can guarantee a deal in 90 days. So go ahead and click that link below to apply, fill it out truthfully. Don't worry if you're not qualified. We have other resources and ways of helping you step by step to ultimately get to this level. But if you do qualify, I'm excited to meet with you on your partner assessment call and begin to coach you, mentor you, and partner with you on your way to closing your next real estate deal. Again, I'm Morrison III, CEO of United Home Relief, and I appreciate your time watching this video. Share this with someone who you might want to partner with, or who you know is ambitious and entrepreneurial and willing to master all of this, put all this together, be the maestro, be the coach or the GM of the super team, and start investing in real estate with you individually or whatever. And as always, like, share, subscribe to this entire page, and follow me on Instagram at Morrison III for non-stop real estate game, knowledge, and gems. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.